welcome to all of you to today's event on Killing It with Canva. My friend Owen Sweeney will give you amazing tips to make your presentation slides stand out at today's event. Now, Owen is a digital marketing strategist. He's principal of digital marketing agency Erudite Digital, based right here in Belfast. And Owen's job is to help his clients with great messaging to cut through the noise on digital platforms and to help his clients to stand out in their market. You'll find Owen most of the time helping people with their Facebook, their Twitter, their LinkedIn, their Instagram presence. And he supports a wide range of small and medium-sized businesses with digital marketing strategies that look great and help them to tell their story. And you know, part of telling your story is actually standing up yourself in front of an audience and presenting and sharing your story. And to do that, our audience expectations nowadays have been built up. They expect TV-worthy visuals from you. So what better person to show you how to do that than Owen, who has spent years perfecting the craft of working with the platform that is Canva. So I know I've had a sneak preview of today's session and my slides will never be the same again. I very much look forward to sharing with you what Owen has to tell you about today.
Thanks, Camilla. I'm going to share my screen here, folks. So hopefully you will see a slide, the start of a slide presentation on Canva. But Camilla, thanks very much. It's really it's a real pleasure and a real honor to be able to come here and chat to you. And hopefully my aim is to add some value that you can walk away today with, not just some ideas, but some skills. And thankfully, Camilla is recording the meeting this morning or this afternoon. So we're going to try and move pretty quickly so that we get through as much as we possibly can. And if you are unsure of something maybe moves a little quick, don't forget you can nip onto the video afterwards and you can fast forward, pause it wherever you like. And hopefully that'll make sure we get through as much as possible for everybody. So when Camilla asked me to do this, we were talking about, you know, how do we make sure that people's slides reflect the effort that they've put into a presentation. And we were talking just about how do you do that. And I suppose one of the things we talked about is normally people go to PowerPoint, or if you're a Mac aficionado, you maybe go to Keynote. And we talked about the power of Canva, how actually it's a bridge for people who maybe haven't had the experience of learning how to do PowerPoint, or get a little frustrated with how challenging it can be and how a little bit clunky it can be at times. And how Canva actually is it's a one-size-fits-all platform for not just your presentations, but proposals, for marketing, for lots of different things. So the aim is today is to run through, kind of lift the hood, give you a sneak peek on and how you could actually use that to support you. So we're going to run through it. It's going to be, I say, like a workshop. So it's going to be really practical, and yeah, I'm going to get going. So first of all, a couple of little bits at the start. So I am not a graphic designer. I say, as Camilla said, I run a digital marketing agency, but we use this an awful lot. And the important thing in any communication, especially if you're standing up and standing in front of people, is to use the slides as a scaffolding for your words. So having loads and loads of words on the screen is going to take away from that. This is what should kind of drive your presentation, prompt you, and should inspire and entice your audience into finding a bit more. So a couple of really simple do's. So 3 do's before you do any presentation. Make sure you plan it out. Some people are computer planners and like to write stuff and type stuff. Other people, it's paper and pen, draw it out, scribble it out. I would say before you do anything, make sure you plan it out. Number 2, really simply, less is more. So big lumps of text. We've all been to a presentation and it should really have been called death by PowerPoint. So those things are terrible. Nobody enjoys them. So what you want to go for is how do I put on the key information without having to put loads and loads of text that people either read, or even worse, that you just stand there and read out. And the last really simple do is use different imagery. So use graphs, icons, stats, anything like that that will help you to move your presentation forward, but also will get somebody to pay attention. So here are 5 little tools that Canva offers you that will help transform your presentation. Things that you maybe have always wondered how to do, or maybe you've seen on a different, or maybe you use a different piece of software to do it. Here are 5 things that Canva does really well. And this is all based on the free version of Canva. So there is a paid version. It's fantastic. there is a free trial for a month. So if you're doing a presentation, I'd always say download it the month beforehand. Make sure you get everything that you can do out of it. It's only 10 or 11 pounds a month anyway, but the free version itself offers a huge amount of functionality. So this is going to be pretty quick. So belt up and buckle up and we'll get ready to go. So the first one is how to get your slides on brand. So it's great. You can use lots of different things on Canva, but having things that look like they're your own is really important. So here is the very first slide that I had up there, and this is for me, for my business. But if Camilla was wanting to run something similar for her business, she'd want to make sure that actually looked like her business. It used her logo, her colors, things like that. So really simply, so I'm going to just take my logo out and put in Camilla's. So I have uploaded her logo here. There's the Bespoke Communications logo, the lovely purple and blue and pink. I'm going to pop it up here. And having your logo on the slide allows you to do a couple of things. It helps people know who it is, but also on Canva, it allows you to get, and you can extract the color from your logo so that you can make all your slides look consistent, because that's a really important part of what you want to do. So these colors here, there's a pink, there's a purple, there's a blue, and with Canva, you can actually use those colors. So I'm going to show you really simply how to get it. So if I select the text here, so I'm just going to select the writing, and if I go into the text color here, here's where you can change the color to whatever you want it to be. And you'll see here, because I have uploaded the little Bespoke logo, here you can see the logos that are the colors that are within that logo. So there's the pink, and you can see below it this little hash E5C3DE. So this is called the hex code, which is a unique code that if you type that code in, you will get that exact color. There's the blue, there's the purple, and then there's the gray. So using these colors is great. So if you wanted to go, right, we want to make that writing a lovely pink. There's Camilla's color there. Okay, it doesn't look so great with the blue, it's not too bad. If you wanted, one of the things that Canva allows you to do is to create a brand toolkit. And so if I go into that text there again, just to select it and go to the little color palette, here in the little plus bit, I hit that and it'll show me here that code. So that's her code, and I can actually save that. So I'm going to copy it, and I'm just going to go to the Canva homepage, and you'll see on the Canva homepage, they have a wee brand kit down here. And what that allows you to do is to save your colors. So I'm going to call this Bespoke Comms, and I'm going to go plus, and I'm going to paste in that little bit of code. Okay, so there's the pink. So if I want to do the same, I can go for the blue. So if I want to change the text here to Camilla's blue, there's the blue there. And again, all I have to do is hit the little plus and it'll show me the code here. So I'm going to pop that in as well. And what you end up doing is you end up creating a brand kit or brand toolkit that whenever you create any presentation again, you have that saved. There's the purple color. I'm going to take it to, copy and paste that, and again, back into my brand kit. Now the free version will allow you 3 colors. The paid version, you can have loads and loads of colors, and actually you can have lots of different profiles. Say you really were doing things for different presentations, you could have a different color set for each presentation. So we now have a Bespoke Comms brand color. Now, normally that will come up over here. So what I'm going to do is just refresh this page so that it kind of syncs. So there we go. So there's the first one. Where's our slide? There it is. There's the purple. And so now all I can do here is go in it and go to my colors. And here you can see the Bespoke Comms toolkit is here. So I can go pink. Maybe I want to change this green. There's my color palette there to the blue. Maybe I want to change this blue here to the purple. And all of a sudden, the old presentation, it looked a little bit like this, now looks like something that Camilla might have created because it fits in with her colors. So really simple, and I say that's a really easy tip to do, is create that little brand toolkit at the start. And it means anything you do after that in Canva, whether it's social media proposals, you have your colors saved there, and that's how you get those little hex codes. So that's tip 1. It's probably one of the longest ones. We're going to keep it moving. Hopefully that was useful. Remember, it's being recorded, so if it's a bit too fast, you can rewind it once you get the video. So tip number 2, use and adapt a template. So this is one of the real benefits of Canva, is it provides you with loads of kit templates. So on the left-hand side of the menu, there's a template menu, and you can find templates for pretty much anything you want. So there's loads of presentations. And if you hover over it, so this one here, Poetry Project, if I hover over it, it says there's 26 different options within that. So they're all the same, kind of look all the same, lots of different options, and you can pick which ones you want. And there are so many different options here that you can find something. Now, the worst thing you could do is just take one of these toolkits or one of these templates and just use it, and that's it. What you want to do is take something and make it your own. So just like we did earlier on, so we can change this yellow really easy to one of our colors. Say it's our purple color we want to go for. Any of these little templates they have, they're fantastic because you can see there's an image in there, so you can upload your own image. So let's take this lovely one of Camilla and Sarah and drop it in there. We can move it across. Okay, same for this one. We can double click on this little image here, if it'll let me, and we can upload another picture. Let's see this one here. And all of a sudden, you now have these beautiful images which are within your brand. Again, you can go into the templates, always stay within one template. You might want to choose something like this one. And again, really easily, you just pop in, change the colors so that they fit in with your brand colors, and it maintains that consistency. All these images and all the images, all the text, they're all editable. One of the things the paid version allows you to do is allows you to have your own font toolbox. So not just the brand toolkit where you can change your own colors, but you can actually create your own font one as well. So you can have your own font so that everything's going to be consistent throughout the different things you can do. So tip number 2 is really simply, don't use the cookie cutter. You use it so you don't want to use just one of these templates, but you want to adapt it so that it looks like your own work. So it looks like your business. So it's not somebody else's presentation, because the worst thing could be if you stood up there and saw something that looked just like yours because somebody else had copied it. These little templates are just that. They're a template to be used, edited, and adapted so they look like what you want it to. So that's tip number 2. Hopefully it's not going too fast. Hopefully it's of interest to you. Number 3 is what we like to call our instant photo shoot. So we love to get pictures with our own branding on it. And actually, I just had some beautiful photos done for my business the other day. But there's always things you kind of go, oh, I wish I had something like that for mine. So I was thinking, what would you maybe use it for? So I was thinking, if Camilla maybe decided, you know, I've become a bit of a professional over this, I am going to release a book, what would it look like? So really simply, she might want to pop her logo onto a slide. And in the little effects bit here, you can click this menu, and there are lots of different options of things you can do. And they have one called Smart Mockups. And if I click See All, it'll give me a whole lot of different options. And what it allows you to do is take your logo or your image and put it onto something else. So here's one here. This is a book. So if I click this little option here, all of a sudden, it takes Camilla's logo and puts it onto the book. Now, the problem is you can't really see that because her logo is a square and the book is a rectangle. I'm just going to stretch it so you can hopefully see it a little bit better. So it's not quite perfect. So there is a little control panel you can see here. And if you click on the little control panel, and instead of being fill the image into the full size, we want to do custom, and it allows us to resize the size of that image. We can decide where we want it. Maybe we want to move it to the top. Maybe you want to move it to the side. So Camilla, whenever you're planning your next book, you can do a wee bit of work on Canva to create your dust jacket, then throw it onto one of these images. The important thing to decide is, okay, what color do I want my image? Maybe you want to make your image a different color. Let's say a bright pink. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe something like blue color. Great stuff. And then the important thing here is click apply, because if you kind of forget to, sometimes it doesn't apply and then you have to go back and set it up. So you end up having a lovely image that looks like somebody's actually come and taken a little photo shoot for you. Maybe you're not wanting to write a book. Maybe you don't have quite the skills of Camilla for a bestseller, and you're thinking, I'd love something that showed off my new website so that I could maybe tell people where to go. So really simply, if you took a wee screenshot of your website, here's a wee screenshot of Camilla's website. Her and Sarah looking fantastic on the front. So how do we make sure that looks a bit more exciting than just like a screenshot? So again, we just go into the effects and to the wee smart mockups. We're going to click See All, and here you can have it on maybe on a laptop. Say there's an iPhone. Now, making sure it's the right shape and size is pretty important. So let's find a nice laptop screen. So there's some that's straight on. This one here is at a bit of an angle. Let me show you what it does if you choose that one. It's smart enough to actually get the perspective right. So again, you can go in and change whether you wanted to fill it or wanted to fit. I think that's a pretty good fit. So hit apply, and then I'll stretch it a wee bit bigger for you to see, because I know it can be a wee bit hard to see sometimes on a screen. So there you go. Now you're able to actually show off your lovely new website, and it looks like you've had a photo shoot done, and actually taking a photo shoot of a screen usually would look pretty terrible. So this is a great way of showing something off, and it can be applied for tons of different things. It can be done. I'll show you one more real quick one. So imagine you wanted to you're thinking about getting some nice clothes done. So again, Camilla decided we're selling some merch. We're going global. We want to make sure that everybody can wear their bespoke communications t-shirts or hoodies. So again, into the smart mockups, and you can see if you scroll down, there's loads of different options. This guy here, let's see what his hoodie would look like if we managed to get a bespoke communications logo on it. Looks pretty good. Let's see. You can see there, you've even got this kind of nice wrinkle effect, so it looks real. Again, we'll go into instead of fill, we'll go to custom, and we can change the size of it. We can make it nice and small, maybe, put it up towards the top, maybe move it over here onto there like a little crest. So Camilla, really easy. We're expecting now we'll all be signed up to get our new merchandise that we can buy and wear wherever we go. So again, maybe you want to see what that would look like on a lovely mint green. Oh yeah, Camilla, I think we're on to a winner here. You can definitely get this. Put me down for the first one. If you do like a XXL, I'm on to it. So really easy. You can make your images and your logo look like you've gone and got a photo shoot for something great. Okay, so I understand we're kind of going really, really quickly here. So hopefully you're able to keep up. Again, if not, it is going to be recorded. Here's tip number 4. We've got 2 to go. So hold on to your hats. We're going to get through this one. So having images that are kind of on brand, that are consistent. You've got your template, you've got your color scheme all right, your color palette. So what happens if you wanted to put some pictures on and you want them to look that they were not out of place? So really easily again. So let's see, imagine you're doing a presentation, you wanted to go into the photos. So in Canva, in the elements section, there are photos, or else you can just find it down here. You can add these menus and change them. So let's say I wanted to find a picture of a computer for the sake of argument. So go and search computer, loads of nice images, but they can be a little bit boring. Well, what you can do is the same as what you did earlier on with your brand toolkit. You can actually use your brand toolkit in the pictures as well. So really simply, I'm going to show you how to do that. So if I go back, if I put in a wee bit of text, I'm just going to put a little bit of text in here so I can get the little hex code again so I don't lose it. So in here, let's go for the pink. Okay, so I'm going to just copy this little code, hex code here, and I'm going to delete this text out of the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for a photo of a computer, and then when I've clicked in the search bar, I can click this little control panel here, and in here I hit the little plus and paste in the little hex code. I'm saying a little, an awful lot. Hit apply and apply filters, and all of a sudden I now get images that are on brand. They have this nice pink. Now, not everything will have the perfect shade, so some of them might be a little bit off. So there I have a lovely picture of a nice pink computer or something pinkish in it. Sometimes it can be a little bit confusing because they don't actually look, you're kind of wondering where is that word coming from. So let's say maybe you need a picture of some fruit. So search for fruit, and again, we've still got that little filter of the color in there. Hit apply filters. And there we've got some fruit with different pink elements in it as well. You can use this interesting picture. Not sure whether that's one you'd really want to put on any slides you're doing. Again, what if you wanted something a wee bit different? Maybe you wanted a nice sky picture. Yet again, there's lots of pinks in there. So it allows you not just to search for an image that you want, but it actually allows you to search for the image that fits in with your brand colors. Using any of these images, there's lots of them that are free, like this one here, there's a free one. If you wanted, you can actually just search for pink images as well, just by searching through with pasting in the hex code, and you can see lots of different pink images to find the ones you like. The pro ones here, it'll say there's a watermark on it. They're usually cost about £1, so they're not really overly expensive. And if you're doing a presentation that you want to look good, paying for an image, £1 is nothing to spend. Okay, nearly there. Number 5, call to action. So you've stood up, you've given the most incredible presentation of your life. The crowd are going wild. What now? What next? What do you want them to do? So Maybe Camilla was talking about her speakeasy club that's coming up in September, and she tells you to go to my website there, it's on the screen, bespokecoms.net. Well, if you want to try and find the actual link to that, this is where it comes up. It's bespokecoms.net/services/video you know what, I'm not even going to read it all out. The problem is you have this beautiful presentation you've given, but how do you get somebody then to take the action you want to? So whether it's to watch a video of yours, or to check out your website, or just to see maybe something that you want them to go to. So Canva have thought about that, and they've integrated a nice little tool that will help you do that. So if I go to that blank slide, and I've just copied the URL, in the more section over here, they have created a little QR code generator. So click QR code, and so QR code, for those who don't know, is just a little kind of an image that when somebody scans their phone over, it'll take them to that website. So if I paste in their code, or the URL, and hit generate code, it'll create this little QR code, and you can make it pretty small. And in fact, if you're sitting on your computer now, you can actually lift out your phone. If you've got an Android, you probably need to download a QR code reader. If you've got an iPhone, if you just hold your phone and the camera over it, scan that, and that will allow you to go straight through to sign up to the Speakeasy Club. So a really great way of ending a presentation is making sure that the call to action is really easy for somebody to get to. Camilla, I feel like I haven't stopped talking for like forever. Those are 5 tips that I found are really useful in creating a presentation. Can be used across lots of different things. I'm going to end it there because I feel somebody might pass out, probably me if I keep going, but hopefully those things have been of use and people have learned something of interest there.
Well, Owen, if you were watching the chat, especially for the smart mock-ups part of your presentation, the chat function just lit up, Owen. There's been so much appreciation for everything that you've shared this afternoon. It's absolutely amazing. And I tell you what, I hadn't thought about merch, hadn't thought about a book, but now that I see my logo on them, I think I'm just going to have to get out there and do that. Loads and loads of absolutely great advice. Thank you so much, Owen. My slides, like I said, like I've been saying to everybody since I got the sneak preview of today's session, my slides will never look the same again. Loads and loads of really smart time-saving tips in there. But see that smart mock-up with the computer screen? I have spent hours trying to resize images to make them fit on screen. So thank you. Absolutely amazing. Today's session has been all about the learning, Owen, and how to create beautiful slides that back up the power of your words.